All right, boys, I want to make this video. Getting jacked will change your life. So, I do believe that getting physically jacked, it is a cheat code into changing your life. Yeah, like once you get physically, you're gonna get more attention from women. You're gonna get more respect from guys. You're gonna feel better about yourself holistically, right? And I think, going to the gym, training hard, training like a beast. I think when we do that, we really are investing into rockstar confidence. But I think what most guys don't focus on is getting psychologically jacked. So this is actually a conversation that I had with my boys inside of my private network, the Entourage, and we were talking about this concept known as balls maxing. So like, doing what terrifies you. Yeah, dive bombing into discomfort, facing your fears, running towards resistance like your life depends on it. 100% go to the gym, get absolutely jack-and-oried, get shredded to the absolute gills. But don't neglect the internal work. Yeah, I think for a lot of guys, I know that this happened to me, is I went through a season in my life where I put so much emphasis on physical fuckability. I put so much emphasis on the external that I still felt like the ugly duckling inside. It was like the internal hadn't yet caught up with the external. Does that make sense? And I see this a lot with the guys who I coach. So the guys who I coach, they are 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs, they're business owners, they're high achievers, they've got it all on paper. But when it comes to doing what terrifies them, like going over, cold approaching a beautiful woman, they freeze. Yeah, they still feel like the ugly duckling inside. They think too many steps ahead. They experience failure in advance and they reject themselves on the woman's behalf. It's like, dude, you could have that 10 out of 10 body, but if you still can't go over and talk to that pretty girl, it's like working your bollocks off to buy a Lamborghini and then being too scared to drive it. So I think placing just as much emphasis on getting psychologically jacked is crucial. And the fastest way that I've found to get psychologically jacked is doing 100 direct cold approaches. I set you boys a challenge yesterday on yesterday's live stream, and I challenge you to do 100 direct cold approaches. I believe in my experience that once you've done 100 direct cold approaches, you're going to be operating on a completely different frequency to 99% of guys. And I think, you could go into the room and you could be the least physically jacked person in that room. Yeah, you could go into a room and every guy in there has got a better body than you. But if you're more psychologically jacked, meaning you've practiced doing what terrifies you as often as possible, then dude, you will clean up in that room when it comes to attracting women. Because I do think it's not what we have, it's who we are. Yeah, and I see it all the time, like guys who've got the 10 out of 10 body, guys who should be absolutely crushing it on paper, guys who put so much emphasis on building that body. But when it comes to actually facing their fears and going over and talking to those girls, they freeze, they can't do it. So I think getting psychologically jacked, getting physically jacked, 100%, it will change your life. And I think it's a matter of respect as well. It costs about $20 in most cities to get a gym membership. So there's really no excuse to be an out of shape, low life loser. I used to have arms like noodles, a body like a flump. Now, I'm in good shape, but I think the emphasis that I've placed on getting psychologically jacked, that's really helped me level up. That's really allowed me to become more fuckable. That's really allowed me to experience success in advance, especially when it comes to attracting women. Because I think for most guys, if we're being completely honest, the reason why we get started at the gym in the first place is because we want to attract women. Yeah? That's why we're going there, if we're being honest with ourselves. So yeah, 100%, build that 10 out of 10 body, but don't neglect balls maxing. Don't neglect getting psychologically jacked. I've said it before, cold approach is like bicep curls for your brain. Yeah, going out there, putting your balls on the line, 100 direct cold approaches, nothing crazy, just going out with the intention of leaving women better than you found them, going over to 100 women and being like, hey, you look amazing, what are you doing today? That's nice, have a good day. Just rep that out 100 times. It's just like going to the gym. but you're viewing the reps as a reward. Yeah, so like rather than going to the gym to get the body, it's like you go into the gym purely to develop the discipline, purely to become that version of you who is consistent. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Like cold approach is bicep curls for the brain. So 100 direct cold approaches, that's like one of the most powerful, reliable, and fastest ways to get psychologically jacked. And other things that I recommend that you do as well is just recording yourself outside in public, like I'm doing now, coming outside. Doesn't necessarily have to be a crazy busy area if you've got a lot of resistance built up, but it's just finding things which cause discomfort, yeah, finding things which cause resistance. And you can stack these activities together as well. Like you can go outside today, you can get your camera out, you don't need to do a YouTube live stream, just get your camera out, press play on your phone, and just start recording yourself outside in public. Just be like, hey, I'm out today, I'm getting psychologically jacked, and once I've done this, I'm gonna go over to 5 women today, and I'm gonna give them direct compliments. Because understand, belief follows action, right? Belief follows action. So rather than waiting for the perfect moment, you take the action, and then belief will follow the action, right? So recording yourself in public, for a lot of people, this is a big deal. Yeah, for a lot of people, coming outside in public and recording themselves, you know, that is gonna flood you with fear. But understand why you're doing it, right? You're investing into the identity of the person who you want to embody, that risk-taking maverick, that action taker, the guy who goes after what he wants rather than settling for what he thinks he can get, whilst the majority of people today are just, you know, swiping their lives away on screens or marinating in the matrix of mediocrity. Coming out here, recording yourself in public, doing some direct call approaches today. And the final thing I'll say as well is, once you've watched this live stream, just make a list of all the things which currently terrify you. Maybe it's call approach, maybe it's recording yourself in public, maybe it's public speaking. If so, go to an improv class. Maybe it's fighting. If so, sign up to a local fight gym like I've done out here in Bangkok, training Muay Thai. That'll get you physically and psychologically jacked. Just create a list of things that scare you, and then make a point this week to do as many of the things on that list as possible. We are very much the product of the actions that we take. So yeah, getting physically jacked, yeah, it feels great. I think we owe it to ourselves to be in divine physical condition, but make sure you don't neglect the internal. Yeah, don't neglect putting the reps in to get psychologically jacked. Because I think when we can bring both of these elements together, where we become physically fuckable, yeah? So we can walk like kings, we actually respect ourselves. And also, probably more importantly, is our internal has caught up with the external. So we feel holistically fuckable, yeah? So putting the reps in to become jacked physically, but more important, psychologically, yeah? So that's my intention for all of us this week. Let's just get psychologically jacked. Let's get psychologically shredded, psychologically jackanoried, yeah? That's what we're doing on this channel, right? We're creating Renaissance warriors, guys who are living that freedom from bullshit lifestyle, tapped in to that freedom from bullshit frequency. Guys who understand that this all goes deeper than just talking to women, right? It's not just call approaching just so you can get laid or get your notch count up. It's becoming the most fuckable version of yourself across the board. Cold approach. It's the ultimate self-improvement exercise. So go out today and start getting psychologically jacked. And feel free to leave some comments in the comments below. Let me know what your intentions are for this week. How many direct cold approaches are you planning to do? How many bicep curls for the brain are you going to be doing? Let me know. And if you resonate with me, you like what I do, and you want to connect with me personally, you want to join my rapidly growing movement, the Entourage, you want to get coached by me, you want to travel the world with me, you want to train Muay Thai with me, then fucking do it, bro. There's a link below. You can apply to work with me right now. You can join the Entourage, and we can take this shit to the moon. Mwah!